Hi, my name is Catherine Foley. I'm the opinion editor of The Hoya, and I'm sitting down today with David Freenock, author of Chronically Me, which appears every other Tuesday, right? So, David, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself and the column?
About myself, I'm a senior in college studying government and philosophy. I'm excited for my last year, especially to be back on campus because I was on medical leave most of last year.
Yeah, is that where you drew upon for your column? Like, was that part of your inspiration?
A couple of the articles, yes, but mostly I was just interested in writing, just writing whatever.
Yeah. I think you started off your column with giving readers, more of a perspective about yourself and where you're coming from, and your struggles with this autoimmune disease. I'm going to butcher the name if I try to say it, but do you think that really affects, like, does your medical leave, like, really impact how you think of your time here at Georgetown?
Oh, definitely, especially because I'm still kind of wading through that mess. So I think about it every day. I think about, like, how it can impact, like, what I'm able to do, like, the activities I can do, because I have kind of a set amount of energy that I have, which is vastly expanded from what it was. So I'm still able to, like,
that's good.
Go to the gym and play pickup, or go out every couple of nights, every couple of weekends. Every couple of nights, every other night. Every couple of weekends, at least once a
Tuesday
weekend.
nights.
So, but it definitely still is on the front of my brain, like, thinking about it.
And you were mostly able to overcome that through dietary changes?
Dietary changes and lots of medicine.
Lots of medicine.
Yeah.
Lots of medicine. Well, I think it's interesting that you're able to bring a unique perspective from students who, ordinarily don't consider something like health and even just being awake and not tired all the time as a factor into everyday life.
Yeah.
But what I really like too is that beyond talking about, your experience, you've talked about things that everyone can relate to. You had one fantastic column about pink elephants, which are, those people that we theoretically always see all around but never actually get to know. But what are some of the things that you want readers to get out of your column as they're reading it? They see kind of different sides of you, where you have this really serious side, and then you have your, everyday college senior side.
I mean, I think that's important. It's a nice juxtaposition between the two. What I like is just, like, talking about things that I feel like people can identify with in a way that makes them kind of, like, chuckle or laugh. Like, I think Pink Elephant was good because I feel like a lot of people experience that, and, like, the next column I want to write about something that one of my friends and I call commodified conversation, which is just, it's conversation that happens a lot just to fill space. And it's so funny because you can recognize it in different ways. Like, I was just recently getting my blood drawn, and there was no conversation. The needle went in, and then she started talking to me, obviously, to distract me from drawing the blood. And then, like, she missed the vein, took the needle out, the conversation stopped, like, just like that. Or just, like, obviously when you're a senior and sitting in, for student guarding in a freshman dorm at the beginning of the year, there's all these, like, grasping for straws at just, like, random things in terms of the cycle of, do you have any siblings, do you have any parents, like, do you like to ski, and then they have that, like, a weird connection with skiing, and then they just, like, go into that because it just, like, fills the space and, like, makes it a lot less awkward. So it's kind of like, commodified conversation is like a means to another end, but it's, like, kind of valueless in itself, I think, and it's just funny to kind of recognize those things.
Yeah, the funny quirks of hilltop life, I guess. And then this is something I've been asking all columnists. Do you have, like, any particular quirks for writing your column? Like, you prefer to be at a certain place, at a certain time of day, you handwrite everything first?
Maybe my quirk is that there's absolutely, like, no consistency in where I'm writing. I went home last weekend, so I wrote the Philadelphia fan column on Megabus. I've written them in bed when I wake up, or just, there's no actual
so it's just kind of wherever the inspiration strikes you?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's great. That's great. Well, thank you so much. Chronically Me appears every other Tuesday.